So welcome back to video number 2. I'd like to take you on the next stage of our journey and revealing this next level of expansion. It's a really potent call and I want to take you really big, and I know you're ready for it. So ooh, this is exciting. People who've watched this video have already been chiming in going, wow, this has been amazing, it's doing amazing stuff. And so by all means, as you go through, the awarenesses that you have, this is designed to jog open whole new spaces of connecting into things you may not have perceived maybe in this lifetime, or maybe you did, I don't know. So share your comments below with like what comes up for you, and the more that we all share with each other, the more we invite each other into greater expanding awareness. So thank you for joining us, and on with call number 2. Okay, how far down the rabbit hole do y'all want to go?
All the way.
Already done there.
Okay.
Already done there. Well, you have no fucking where to go.
You can't even see the light of day.
Woo, okay, that really frames it. Okay. Okay. All right, I get that. Okay. So, wow. Do you feel the energy that brought up?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? That is just so freaking cool. I love that. Like, yeah, and that's where I want to take this group. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to go all the way, like wherever all the way is. And I've gone a lot of it already. So it's not what it appears to be, but oh man, it's really cool shit. So which piece do I want to start with? So it's possible to take the human consciousness, like you came in as a child and you were one package of consciousness. It's possible to take that package of consciousness and do what they call fracturing or disassociating. And you can have things that happen in childhood that randomly do that. You can have traumatic events that occur in your life that will randomly create fracturing. And you actually get like different pieces of you that are compartmentalized. Those kind of naturally, you start to heal those. Those aren't the concern. There are ways in which, using a structured process, you can fracture a person in such a way that they have multiple parts of themselves that don't know about each other, that are not actually aware of each other. So there's the life that you live in this 3D reality that you think is your life, that you're showing up in as, when I was listening to, when I was asking numbers before about what % of you is here in your body, like some people were saying 5% or 20% or 30% or 50% or whatever percent is there for you. Like, where is the rest of you? And if you get low numbers like 2%, 5%, like I used to get 2%, like there's only 2% of me here. And I wondered why I couldn't get anything done, why I couldn't focus on things, why I didn't seem to have any potency in my life, why I couldn't create things, because there was only fucking 2% of me here. Where was the rest of that? So we started asking some interesting questions. So Truth, do you have other fractures of you that exist in this life, in this body?
Yes. Yeah.
Coming up with you. Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah. And we'll go. We're slowly walking down that rabbit hole. What does that mean? So Truth, in this lifetime, have you undergone a process to deliberately fracture or split your consciousness into multiple parts?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, around all of that, can we destroy and create it all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, make null, void. As a sovereign being of the free will universe times a gazillion, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, and beyonds. So when that occurs, and there are processes that can do that in a, I was reading a man yesterday who's basically uncovered all of these things in his life, and his process was done with what he calls with the grain. Like, it wasn't an extremely abusive way, but it was a highly structured way. So there are processes you can undergo that are highly organized, highly structured, done by people who really freaking know what they're doing, and they've done it a lot, and they are deliberately going to compartmentalize your consciousness. And then there are the messy ways, and they're done very traumatically. They're often done with satanic rituals, with death rituals, with abuse scenarios, situations that may have come in as dreams. You may have had nightmare-y kind of things. Like, they don't necessarily show up as physical satanic rituals in this reality, but you have these hints of it that come through from dreams or what have you. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness around either of those or some other version. There are many forces. So there's the crude, the satanic rituals and stuff, and dramatic, traumatic things, and I can feel those that brought up, all the way to highly sophisticated, highly electronic mixing of drugs and special high frequencies, and there's a whole gamut of everything in between. All the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Make, no,
Yeah.
void, good, bad, right,
Yes.
wrong, pop, pock, shirts, buzz, nights, beyond, let all that go. Wow. 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 And let's see, where do I go with that?
Jaden?
Yeah.
It's Diana.
Hi.
Hi. Two things. One, what's come up is surgery involved in that. And two, is this similar to the way Gary talks about it's not a good idea to, you know, in a conversation to say things like, well, one part of me thinks that and another part of me thinks this.
There are so many layers to that particular component. What Gary's trying to have you do is just be more normal. so
Good luck.
stick out as much, but like, as an infinite being, the further you go, the more you see it from all these different perspectives. So you're naturally going to do that. Like, I can look at any situation and I can see it from all these different perspectives. Yet there was a time when I was unconscious that I would say a part of me believes this and a part of me believes that, and they did not feel like the same part of me. So it wasn't a unified consciousness that is perceiving things from multiple viewpoints. It was, there's this chunk over here that perceives one thing and this chunk over here that perceives something different. So it's a big thing. There's a lot of pieces to that. So does that address that second part?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can surgeries be involved in this? Absolutely. So Truth, how many times have you undergone surgeries, whether they were physically in this reality or they seemed like they were in dreams, but like they actually happened? So Truth, how many surgeries did you have where you had other things installed in or implanted in your body? Wow.
15.
3.
And wow. And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make, no, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, shirts, boys, all nines, beyonds, let all that go. So I want to go back into the fracture thing. So there can be, like, for instance, I found unsuccessful fractures. They're just a fracture and it's not populated. It doesn't have an identity. It doesn't have
2000.
any consciousness to it per se. Petra's already coming up with, yep, I've got those. Like, you could get stuck in a machine that just goes hack, 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 slice, 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 and it's not populated, but there's a fracture there. So we're not really looking at those. But how many active fractures do you operate or function in or from?
2.
Yeah,
12.
6.
7.
4.
Okay, just see what comes up for you.
7.
Okay. Okay. And so what you want to do with that first is ask, is this, okay, so first, all the shaky stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around that, and this whole topic and anything bumped into so far today, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, shows, boys, and lines, beyond. There you go. So it's like, is that number, so truth, is that number something that your body or your infinite being has come up with, or manipulation has come up with? See which is the lighter.
Manipulation.
Okay. So what I've started to do is, like, manipulation is so in there that I actually ask it quite point blank. So what number does, so truth, what number does manipulation say is the number of fractures you have?
2.
18.
12.
6. 55.
Okay. And what number does your body say that you have?
Oh.
225.
8.
3. 20.
64.
Okay.
12.
And now ask your, let's go for your inalienable soul, your essence, your inalienable soul. Ask your inalienable soul, how many active fractures do you have? Do you operate in this body, in this reality? I should have defined that more clearly. In this body,
12.
in this reality.
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful.
Sorry. In this body, in this reality.
12.
10.
4.
Okay. So, like, I'll do that now because there's so many of these other interesting points of view. And the more you play with that, the more you start to see, okay, here's manipulation and here's where those voices come from. Here's where my infinite being, so ask your infinite being. So connect into, tap into, because we play with that energy a lot. Expand out to the universe and expand out to the multiverse. Of the multiple universes, and expand out to the beyond-diverse, which is this imaginary space beyond that, and 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 beyond all of that, and expand into your infinite being. And ask your infinite being, truth, how many fractures do I function in this body, this life?
3.
Over a million.
7.
1.
250.
6.
Okay. And ask that number, because I can feel in different people, it's like, is that manipulation's point of view, or is that my infinite being's point of view?
Manipulation.
Again.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
God.
Manipulation's always inviting itself to the party. Like,
That's an awesome way to say it. It's always inviting itself to the party. Yeah. And the more you ask the more you look for that, the more, there's a double-edged sword, because the more you look for more manipulation, the more you're going to see it. And the more you can, if you're if you get into a weird energy about it, you can start to create manipulation where none exists or existed before. Or you can just become aware of just the magnitude of manipulation that exists in your reality. So truth, what % of your reality is manipulated?
Like 100%.
95%.
98.
95.
Okay. So now let me show you how I dance with that. What % would manipulation want you to believe?
2%.
0.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
And
Yeah, 2 or 3.
yeah. And don't think about it, just because manipulation will also flip around. Once manipulation gets that you get it, it'll play with you on the other side and it'll go, oh, it's 100. Like there's nothing you can do about it. I manipulate everything. Like it'll play in all these different viewpoints. Manipulation does a really cool job. So you really want to be aware of that dance, to start asking questions about manipulation. And that's where I want to take these calls, is like to show you all of these different ways that I found, like all these different things plug in. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this so far. Can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, papakshas, ben, I bounce. And there's a whole big rundown that I can do with you on manipulation, but it has to be done over a multi-piece. It takes more time than we have right now. So I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to include that in the program where we'll actually clear out things that block your perception of manipulation. A whole new world opens up. You're like, oh my God, I didn't see all this stuff. But keep asking the question about manipulation and you'll start to get it. So when you look at fractures, yes.
So can this be completely changed that we don't have manipulation, and only have our infinite being and our capabilities and capacities to be in full control or in full choice mode, or would we always have the manipulation being part of our lives and being unsure?
That's an awesome question. And I'm going to say yes, no. So, how do you like that?
Can you repeat the question?
Can we actually clear manipulation and not have that anymore? And the way, my interesting point of view in this moment is that manipulation is in a lot of things and in a lot of places, and it's not always about clearing it. Like I'm going to clear all the manipulation in our government. Well, good luck with that one. Right? All manipulation in business. I'm going to clear all that out. No more. Okay, well, by all means do that. Like clear all that. Like don't not do that. Like clear, but to come from a standpoint, a point of view that you're going to eliminate all of it in an infinite reality is probably kind of humorous. But if you're aware of it, you can tune it out. If you're aware of, oh, that frequency is manipulation, you learn to ignore that and work around it. So what if it's more about becoming aware of all that is, including the frequencies that I'm labeling as manipulation, and then you can just tune them out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So does that answer your question, Ananda?
But I mean, if manipulation is as intelligent or as a technology, if you tune out one frequency, it'll pop over to another one, wouldn't it? So it'll be a constant chasing the rabbit, chasing the tail environment.
And that's why I like to play with the concept of the frequency of manipulation. That's a frequency. Right. It's an intention. I'm using my capacity to perceive intentions. There's an intention here to manipulate me. I didn't say support or contribution. I said manipulation. So it's like anything that comes at you with the frequency of manipulation, no matter what flavor or what face it puts on itself, it's still manipulation. And you can just tune all of that out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So all the shit, it's kind of wobbling there. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around that whole topic, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
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 Make no void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shirts, boys, and nights, beyond. So like, I want to go back to why is the control system, why is manipulation so eager to get so much piled on your head that you go unconscious? Because you get, like, when you start to function at a higher percentage of consciousness of how much of you is present, you see through everything. Like, what if the control system is absolutely no match for an infinite being at all, in any way, shape, or form? And what if they know that? And so what if their objective is to keep you as far down as possible and to keep you as unconscious as possible? Because as soon as you start breaking through a certain ceiling, there's no holding you back. There's no containing you. It's just a matter of time. Does that feel light when I say that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's been my experience. Like, they can come at me in all these different ways, and I just see it as another face of manipulation. It's like, oh, you're so cute. You look different. I like you with that hairdo. That's really pretty. Like, you know, it's just an expression of that energy, but you get the core energy. So and after a while, certain things just stop playing with you because you get it, and they don't bother to invest any more energy in there because it's pointless. And it brings up, normally I wouldn't go here, but I'm going to go here. And it brings up another layer of something that's more evolved that's going to dance with you. Notice what that triggers for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean evolved?
Yeah. So let me do, so all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
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 Make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shits, was nice, beyond, let all that go.
Oh.
So it's like if you're okay, so the average person who is completely unconscious in the matrix, they don't need any specialized focused attention because the system handles it. As you start popping out of the system, you might start to require specialized attention. I'll put it in a pretty word. So, truth, how many of you have had sleeper agents installed in your body or your being?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Hi there. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, papakshas, beyonds. So these are beings who are, in my reality, they were aliens. They were installed progressively over the years. And the next question that came up for me is, at what year did your sleeper agents begin to wake up?
Week.
89.
Okay, 89. What else?
It feels progressive.
Yeah.
Like it's not 1 year.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's doesn't quite.
Because when Petra said 89, I was like, yeah, there were ones that woke up in 89, but feel the level of consciousness of the ones that woke up in 89. Are those still there?
No.
For me, they're toasted. So allow yourself to perceive the sleeper agents that are awake right now in your body. They're likely alien in nature.
What are sleeper agents?
I don't know. What are they? The concept of a sleeper agent, as I'm playing with it here, is a being who is installed in your system and they're not active. They come online at a certain point. So for me, they were just kind of quietly there being like a friend. Or some of them just were more like an egg that was just there. Others were like, they were just feeding me information. They were my helpers. They acted like guides or light beings. Like they all have different stories. They all plugged in whatever illusion that I happened to be functioning in at the time. And I was in the spiritual illusion. And so a lot of them plugged in through that. Yes, I'm here to channel with you, or I'm here to support you in connecting into those divine realms, those divine frequencies. Like all, and that brings up a whole other thing, but so all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this. Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, schutz, nights, beyonds, let all that go. So I don't want to jump down to too many successive rabbit holes, so I want to start bringing some of them back, because I will go down these rabbit holes with you all the way, and we'll tunnel around and you'll find some amazing shit down there. But I want to bring you back. I don't want to go down too many of them or we get lost. I want to bring the whole group back. So let's just go into the sleeper agents that are active currently right now in your body that are likely connected to alien frequencies, whatever that is. We don't care. We're not going to define it at this moment. At what year did those wake up?
2 months ago.
2010.
2010?
2008.
2008?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
Yeah. So when I first got it, I got 2012, but then when I viewed it through Petra's, I'm like, yeah, I had stuff back then. Like there's layers of things that keep opening up. So
an hour ago.
So how much of this is a co-creation with you and the universe towards your commitment towards consciousness?
I knew you were going to say that.
You knew I was going to say that. You've worked with art.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Say that again.
So, I will. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, schutz, beyond. So we can look at all of this stuff from different views. And I want to start taking you there. As an infinite being, we can look at it from the standpoint of somebody inserted these things without our knowing into our body, and they activated or woke up, and now they're actively manipulating in my system. So from some perspective, that is absolutely real and true. Is that the whole story?
No.
No.
Never is.
It never is. Thank you. So, it's useful to look at it from certain places because you can see a certain landscape. But it's not a healthy place to live. Because if you live in the space of everything has been inserted in my body and it's manipulating me, well, your life is not very pleasant. And yeah. So, so let's spin that and look at it from the viewpoint of you've made a commitment to become completely conscious and aware. Have you not?
Yes.
Yes.
And how do I know that? You're on the call with me. Like that's my commitment. You wouldn't be on this call with me. You'd be listening to somebody else. You'd be doing something else that is playing a different game, a different dance. And one isn't better than the other. It's just the dance I'm doing. And you're like, hey, that's really cool. I want to play that. Let's go play in his playground. Okay. So let's get together and let's play in whatever this is. So as you make that commitment, the universe goes, okay, so how am I going to do that? How do I allow this infinite being to become more aware of the frequencies of manipulation. Oh, well, let's have these beings come up that are alien, because as well, so let me backtrack. So when you were exploring with entities, and you were exploring with demons, and you were exploring with those other frequencies, like that's what came up in your reality. So the universe was using entities to become more aware of entities, and demons to become more aware of the frequencies of, like, you already knew about angels and those were okay, but it's duality, demons, not so much, like, right? So you explore the angels, demons paradigm. Okay, so aliens is a whole other paradigm of interaction that goes another layer bigger. Like, you're now leaving the game of the planet as this isolated place where it's just earthbound entities who are here playing with nature, and now, oh, there are other beings who are not necessarily of this world who are interacting with us as well. So how does the universe take you into that next level of awareness? Well, it shows you the next level up is there are these other beings who are not of this world, who are seeking to manipulate and control this world. Can they? Not so much. It depends. There are viewpoints that, yes, they're here to absolutely, totally, completely take over, infiltrate, dominate, control, lock down this entire planet, and they will succeed, and it will become Terminator Judgment Day episode. Okay, or Mad Max, or whatever those movies, like, you get the concept, is like this energy of complete and total lockdown. And in some reality, has that already occurred?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. In some reality, does the Matrix, as the movie, the Matrix movie, completely already exist, and all of humanity is already completely locked down in it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In some reality, has there already been an alien invasion, and this planet has been completely taken over by alien beings?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And in some reality, has this planet been completely taken over by artificial intelligence, program, AI technology?
Yes.
Yeah. And as an infinite being, would you be aware of all of those?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As an infinite being, would you be required to live in any of those?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Choice.
Choice.
Required? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness. And for those of you who got yes, was that your viewpoint, or was that manipulation's viewpoint?
Manipulation.
Manipulation.
Isn't that cute? You see how this comes together. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, fog around all of this, can we destroy and create it all?
Yeah.
Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shirts, boys, and nines, beyonds. You did say you wanted to go all the way down the rabbit hole, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just checking. Okay. So it's like,
Hey, Jade,
yes.
it's Jen. Can I just throw planets in here?
Yeah. I catch. I got it. Ready?
Good. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. I'll put it in my pocket. Yeah, go for it.
It's just I get the whole beings thing, and it's funny because in my head, I realize this is a point of view, but in my head I'm like, oh, it's a being, so it's, as big as I am. But when I think of planet, which they've got to be in here as well, I think, ooh, that's so much bigger.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see Men in Black 1?
Yeah.
Oh, eons ago.
That cat had an entire universe dangling in that little sphere that wore on its collar.
Brian.
How often do you play with making things big and small?
Yeah.
Jen.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
True.
But Jen, I know
Yeah.
specifically plays a lot with making things big and making things small because she's got a gift and ability there, doesn't she? I'm outing you.
I like big. I like big. Big is fun.
Yeah, but like you can make things big or small based on how it suits you in the moment. So allow yourself to connect to your handlers. I'm jumping gun. This won't make sense because we've jumped way out of the context that I was going to play in, but allow yourself to perceive all of the handlers or controllers that work with you and the aliens that are assigned to you.
Oh,
Okay.
crap. Holy cow.
Okay. Now, notice, are they big or are they small?
Oh.
You may have already made them small. Okay. So for a lot of people, when they show up in your reality, they show up as being really big. So a tool is take them and shrink them down to the really, really small. They're about this big right here. So take something find something in your life that's controlling you and that is imposing. Scan your reality for something that is controlling you, manipulating you, and it's big and it's imposing. Yeah, that.
Can we do money?
I'm looking for a being that has you under its thumb, that controls you. In this moment, you may not have a lot of access to that because I've taken you into another space, but like allow yourself to go back to the small, pathetic you that you can sometimes be. I know because I used to live there a lot. So find that small, pathetic you that's under the thumb of some really monstrous being who like dominates and controls the entire universe and you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, now take that being and scale them down so they're a Lilliputian. They're very small. They're teeny weeny weeny, and make them smaller than that, and smaller than that, and smaller than that, and smaller than that, and smaller than all of that. And now, how do they feel?
Yeah, little.
And so, what did you just do as an infinite being? You just shrunk them, honey. I shrunk the kids.
Goddamn those fire ants.
That's an interesting thing with fire ants. How much are fire ants part of a warring galaxy? They've been shrunken down into smaller bodies. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't seen that. So, yeah, all that. Good, bad, and Pakshas, and beyond. So, like, when you start so where was I going? I'm so off tangent. I need to bring you back.
Oh, Jane,
You were on about handlers.
Handlers.
Talking about handlers, yeah.
But you
I was
were
just
also
thinking for something that I knew was bigger than you. Most people think of their handlers as bigger than them. Yeah.
you had also mentioned something about more evolved beings.
Yeah. Thank you. So all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of these cans of worms that I've opened here today, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Good, bad, right, wrong, papakshas, biznites, beyond. Send all that away. Because I like to get you back to coherent about things because it allows, like, we've opened up all these things and I'm going to take something back to coherent and then it gives everything a context for you to interact with it in. So it's yeah. So I'm going to do that now. So what if as you evolve and you become aware at the next level, you start to go from entities, demons, and critters running around on this planet to you expand to a bigger game. And now your awareness is in a game that's bigger. And now all of a sudden there are different players.
Angels fucking with us.
Well, those fucking angels. I hate those So,
God is finally realized for who he is.
so just because there are a lot of other people on this call or people who engage in this call, so it's like angels and demons. So feel the paradigm of angels and then feel the paradigm of demons. If you take the energy of angel and you insert it in duality,
Yeah.
that duality is going to cough out demon.
Yeah.
Okay? You take any energy in its light form and you insert it in duality, and it's going to cough out its opposite. And is it right? Is it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? No. It's just the opposite frequency or the inverse frequency of that other one. And it's an automatic process that occurs.
So, Jenny, can I ask a question about that? Does
Yeah.
that actually mean that that is the same for us as well?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
You mean you're hearing this energy of duality as well?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the going back to interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Thanks.
not in duality. I'm not in the rightness or the wrongness. I'm not in the defending for or the defending against. I'm not in the righteous for or the righteous against. I'm just in, well, that's an interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. They have that point of view. Like, you get to a place of neutrality where, and neutrality is loaded, by the way. You could tell as soon as I mentioned neutrality. So all the viewpoints you have about neutrality, all the conditioning and programming that you have that pushes you away or causes you to reject the concept of neutrality rather than just be present to it as an energy. Can we destroy and create all those manipulations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy, and create, make null, void, as a sovereign being of a free will universe, times the Godzillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pop akshas, when I beyond, said all that go. Oh. So it's like you've got the right, wrong, that's duality. Now we step out of that, we get into a third point of view that classically has been called neutrality. I'm in the neutral point of view, okay? So that's still a finite point of view. Now I can go into an infinite being's point of view, and that includes the right, the wrong, the good, the bad, the neutral, and every other perspective that's there as well. I have all of the perspectives, and they all become just an interesting point of view because I'm not attached or locked into any of those perspectives.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, shorts, boys, all nice, beyond, said all that go. So when we start to look at aliens, when we start to look at manipulation, we start to look at handlers, controllers, we start to look at all these different paradigms, paradigms of this whole planet is going to become, there's a version of this planet that's under control, locked down by aliens, invaded, destroyed by asteroids, a version that's artificial intelligence, technology has locked it down. Like, all of that is true. From an infinite being can perceive all of those interesting points of view. But you're not stuck in any of them, so they don't control you and they don't manipulate you. What if, there you go. You got it. Yeah. So this went outside of mind. Everything just popped outside of mind, but you got it on an energetic point of view. So all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, shirts, boys and eyes, beyonds. So mind is a construct that has difficulty thinking, like can't think as an infinite being. Like it can't think infinite, not yet. Will it someday? I don't know, maybe it wants to. But right now, mind is kind of playing in the polarity. When you step out of that into your infinite being and you can see all those other points of view, you're in a space of complete and total choice. Are you going to choose to be and live in a reality that is dominated and controlled by artificial intelligence and robots and everything is locked down and everything is controlled? Well, you might poke there, but
Hell no, we won't go.
hell no, we won't go. You may not live there. Will you choose to live in a world of Armageddon?
No.
Probably not. Will you choose to live in a world where aliens have come down and they've repopulated the planet with a hybrid superior being that has completely made humans obsolete, and so they're kind of wiped off the face of the planet?
Possibly.
Possibly. That one's a little bit more interesting.
It's just a choice, really.
But now notice that feels like, wow, yeah, we get rid of the stupids. Okay, so that's becoming a thing. Okay, but is that a fixed point of view as an infinite being?
No.
So we have some points of view on that, do we? Yeah. You see, there's a stuck there. There's a like, yes. Like, so how much conditioning have you received? So how many programs are you part of for creating a superior race of beings?
Oh, God.
Oh, there's none of that at all. And so all the tricky stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we just try and create all?
Yes.
Making all void, good, bad, right, wrong, Bob, box, shorts, boys, all nines, to be honest. Oh my Lord. That opened up the worms. I love it. Whew. So I just want to interrupt this to remind you, please share your comments down below. What you come up with is valuable and it helps everybody else to kind of open into more of who they truly be. So thank you for sharing. And on the note of sharing, if you find that this whole program is like really opening up stuff for you and you think that people who are your friends might connect with this, please share. What you can do is you can click over here and you can share on Facebook or Twitter or Google, and I will give you the manual for the course. Like, we've just touched on a couple questions here. In this manual, there are hundreds of questions. It's a lot of stuff. You're not going to take it all in one read. It'll take you time to go, but it'll blow your awareness into huge spaces. So I wanted to gift to you for supporting me in sharing these materials with people. So please share, and on we go. So I want to go back to this fractures because I want to leave you something to play with. I want to start entering my winding down period. I've kind of gotten out, and I want to start kind of winding things back in again. Not quickly, but I want to wind them back in again. But so it's like, I want to take you back to the fragments, the fractured parts of you. So I used to have a very dynamic reality, and there was a lot of me that showed up, and I had no problems creating, and I did a lot of really cool shit. And then I became spiritual, and I realized that I shouldn't be doing all these things. And I bought into all these paradigms that really caused me to lock myself down to a very small world that bored me to tears. And so what I did was there was no point in having a lot of me here in this reality. And so I funneled it into another fracture of me that was doing far more interesting things, like going off-world and working with projects where we're creating another race of beings that are far superior to the humans that are here. Like, we found that the bodies that we're in are far superior, but the consciousnesses didn't know how to deal with that, or were like just too Stone Age. So we were playing in all these other ways of like, how can we upgrade the consciousness? How can we create other beings that can function these bodies, which are highly sophisticated and highly dynamic and can actually... So truth, does your body have the capacity to transport itself to any place in the universe?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's some people who are like, So all the tricky stupidity, unconscious, conscious energy fog around that, can we just try and create it all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, beyonds. Choose, do you know the codes to use our sun as a stargate to travel to any other sun and to enter other planets, other realms, almost anywhere you want to go?
Yes.
Do you have all those? Do you have
Yeah.
all the codes that you require to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is your body capable of doing that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought
So-
you were winding down.
All the
That-
it's my winding down. Believe me. As an infinite being, that's winding down. Okay, maybe not. So all the sicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around. It's not my fault. Somebody else got me started. Can we just?
Being manipulated.
I'm being manipulated. Can we just try to create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, no boy.
He's out manipulating.
Oh my Lord. Oh, thank you. Wow.
Out downing the rabbit hole.
It's a foxhole, by the way.
Wow.
Foxholes have a bad reputation. I'm here to change that. Foxholes should have a good reputation. I obviously have some points of view on that. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas.
Hey, Rosie,
Yeah.
does he test drive this stuff on you?
That's a no. See, that's a no. I never do that.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I do what he says. Oh, really?
She never said that to me. Oh my.
How do you
It's
think
getting
he-
warm.
How do you think he got so smart with all this?
Ah,
There you go.
Pulling it right out of you.
The secrets come out. My secrets get revealed. Wow. Interesting point of view. She has that point of view.
Interesting point of view.
You
You
I
have
have that point of view. Oh my. Wow. Whew. Wow. Well, we blew through some interesting things there. Thank you. Wow. So, wow.
Where were we?
We're talking about the weather.
we were in a Stargate going to another sun.
Oh, that's right. We were what was I going? Yeah. So I was on this long-winded thing. Yeah, we were on another planet creating superior bodies that could actually, superior beings that could actually use these bodies. Like, what if, so here's my agenda for this course. What if the body that you're in is not a pathetic pile of shit that you think it is? So, I'm sorry, this is an agenda. So, what are all the points of view that you have about that your body is breaking down, it's defunct, it's old-fashioned, like nobody wants it, it's like the really, really old model? What are all the points that you have about that?
Yep.
Okay? And who do those belong to, you or manipulation?
Oh, manipulation.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So everything that all of those points of view are, can we just try and create all those?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Descend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make, null, void. And let's vaporize. Ready? 1, 2,
Two,
Yeah.
3, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, nines, beyonds.
Nice.
Oh.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, vaporize. By Carl Sagan, inadvertently vaporized the entire universe. Sorry. But by Carl 7, we put it all back, so it's okay. Woo! I found out, I asked a strong question yesterday. I was like, Truth, was I invited here by Prime Creator? So I want to ask you, Truth, were you invited here by Prime Creator?
Whoa, yes. Wow, that's a vast yes. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so would Prime Creator invite you here if you could accidentally vaporize the whole thing and screw the whole project up?
Say it again. Whoa. That blew my mind.
Now, notice manipulation got involved there.
Wow.
Yes and no, yes and no.
All the seeking, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that. Can we just try and grade it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shorts, boys on nines, beyonds. Does Prime Creator trust you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Do you trust yourself as much as Prime Creator trusts you?
No.
No.
No way.
So what would it take for you to trust yourself as much as Prime Creator trusts you?
Quit fucking being manipulated
No.
by all of that. That's
No.
not the right answer.
No, that's not the right answer. You fall, that door opens, down you go. We're not looking for an answer, actually. We're
I
looking
know.
for receive information. I love the way we can play with that. That is so cool. But
I just want to say the energy of Prime Creator is so beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah. So everything that brought up for people, because we're triggering some very interesting things. Everything that's brought up, let down. Can we destroy and create and vaporize all that?
Yes.
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 Let's
Yes.
do good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shits, business, night, beyonds. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. And just for kicks, 1, 2, 3, vaporize.
Vaporize.
Yay!
So how can we trust ourselves as much as Prime Creator trusts us?
So, good question. Thank you for asking. So what?
You're welcome. Pulled that one out of my ass.
And you did it very nicely, and it was very clean. I was very impressed how you wiped it off. Thank you. Oh, I couldn't help myself. Sorry. That was a graphic for some people. So everything that brought up, can we just try and create all that?
Vaporize that one.
Vaporize that. 1, 2, 3, vaporize.
Vaporize.
Ah. So what energy, space, and consciousness? So here's the question that I would play with, or let's play with this. So, and we're just looking to receive. We're not looking for any mental answers. What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to trust myself at the depth, level, and magnitude that Prime Creator trusts me?
Nice.
And allow yourself to receive that. Wow. And just keep receiving that. That's your answer right there. That's your answer. What energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be the infinite being within infinite capacities that Prime Creators knows me to be with complete and total ease? And receive that. Wow. And what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be the magnitude of my infinite being that the Prime Creator knows me to be with complete and total ease? Not the Prime Creator, that Prime Creator knows me to be with complete and total ease. Because there are many Prime Creators, but there's one that in particular that we're dancing with here today. And that I'm just going to say that we're dancing here with today. And I'd like to thank Prime Creator for showing up on our call today.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Wow.
And here we've thought PC was just an inferior computer.
There you go. There you go. A whole new meaning. Wow.
Oh.
So everything that is in the way of you being able to effortlessly embody and integrate and then naturally express all of those energies that you have received and that you are currently and will continue to receive, everything that's in the way of that, can we destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make, null, void. Oh, wow. Excuse me. As the sovereign being of a free will universe, times a godzillion. Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make, null, void, times a godzillion. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, then I bounds. And ready, vaporize. 1, 2, vaporize. 3. I'm going to do it the same way every time, though. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. And 1, 2. Now I want to do something else. So everything that's remaining, because I was watching you guys vaporize, and I'm like, hello, you got to toast all of it. So what happens is when you vaporize, what I noticed is I don't like to throw vaporizing at me, which I'm getting better at doing that. But like, then if you have stuff in you, you won't necessarily vaporize it. So what you want to do is take all of the stuff that's in the way of you integrating all these energies from Prime Creator, put them all out in front of you.
Yeah.
All the stuff that's behind you, all the stuff that's below you, put it all out in front of you. Step back so you're looking at it at a distance. It's all out in front of you. Nothing's in you or around you. It's all out in front of you. And then everything that is, can we vaporize that? Yeah.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, vaporize. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Wow. So, questions?
Dare you, if you dare.
I don't actually have any questions. I just want to say that was beautiful, and it's a lot quieter for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like, feel the energy of where we've gone in just these 2 calls. What would it be like if we spent 3 months together on calls once a week doing this?
Oh my goodness.
What would your life look like at the end of 3 months?
Don't even ask.
It's good luck figuring it out. right?
Wow.
I look at where my life has come in the last just couple months from playing with these viewpoints that I've been dancing with you on today. Holy shit, is it just blown my world open. And it just keeps expanding and just keeps expanding. And it keeps putting me more and more into my potency. And so that's the focus is this concept of how can we unplug you from the matrix, the illusion of the constructs of your reality. And some of it is a bigger reality that other beings co-created with you. And some of it is totally your very unique creation. And all of it is merged together. What would it take to just totally unplug all of that stuff? And for you to, wow, man, that brought up an interesting energy. Wow. 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 And all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that. Can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
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 Make, null,
Yeah.
void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, octors, but not balance. You guys are so suggestive that asking that question suggested that. I'm like, whoa. Wow. Wow. So what? Wow. So for me, it's been about how can I unplug from that? How can I become aware of all of those elements? And then as you become aware of that, you see the choice in it. And you begin to stand in the choice of, yeah, no, I don't choose that. Clear. I don't choose that. Gone. I choose more of me here. I choose more potency of me. I choose to co-create with divine no, I'm not.
PC.
So
PC.
did you feel that insert there?
Yeah.
To co-create with divine creator. That was manipulation, inserting that into my reality. That was an insert.
Yeah.
Notice that
I get
that
it.
happens in my reality too. But I'm now more aware and I see those things more. I'm triggered. I have a trigger set up on the word divine.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what's that? Hello? Okay, prime creator. Okay, so all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it triggered different things for different people. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, octors, but not balance. So it's like, yeah. Do I need to do more with that? Yeah. So as you become more aware, you notice manipulation inserts things into your reality. The more aware you become, you see it in everybody, all around you. You see the matrix inserting stuff into their reality. And it just is. And at some point, can we get to a place where it doesn't even bother to do that anymore? Manipulation would say, no, that's not possible. I can tell. It's saying, no, that's not possible. I can feel the feeling on it. But Prime Creator, what do you feel about that? Prime Creator says, yeah, we could probably do that. Okay. So everything in the way of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
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 Good, bad, right,
Yeah.
wrong, hypocrisy, nice, beyond, said all that go. So you start to see more of this stuff. And what I notice for me is I spend less time. I used to take all this weird shit, and because I couldn't understand it, because I didn't see the bigger picture of it, because I wasn't allowed to perceive the bigger picture, I made me wrong instead, which is what my conditioning was, to make me wrong. And everything wants to take me and compress me and make me smaller, make me wrong, make me smaller, make me less than, make me smaller. Go back down, go back into victim, make me smaller. I'm controllable there. I'm back in my box. The whole world is safer as a result of that. Yeah, who does that belong to? Allow yourself to perceive everywhere that you have the point of view that the whole world is safer when you're in your box.
Mm.
In fact, the whole universe is safer when you're collapsed down into a smaller space and you're in your box.
Yep.
Wow. And who does that belong to? You? Someone else? Something else? Yeah, that's kind of tricky. That's kind of tricky. There's a lot of shikyu in there. So everything that is and all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, business, nice, beyonds. And who does that belong to? You, someone else, something else?
Something else.
Yeah. So can we return all that to senders with consciousness?
Yes.
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 Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, business, beyonds. I want to wrap this up, so I don't want to keep going in there. I'm opening another can of worms. No more worms. No more worms. So it's like as you clear more of this stuff, you step more into the potency of you, and this shit that has been feeding thoughts, inserting thoughts into your stream of consciousness and grabbing you and taking you back down. You notice them and you don't let them go there anymore. You just go, oh, that's so cute. Here, have some flowers instead. I'm looking at, this is a call for playmates. Anybody who wants to play at this level with these toys, and you guys bring stuff to the table too. I'm just kind of showing you the container. And once I show you the container, like, do you feel the excitement you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a part of you that knows, wow, here's a space for me to bring out this that I could never bring out before. Allow yourself to perceive what this is that has never had a space big enough to bring it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It brings tears, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what this container is for. It's not for me to spout out my bullshit. Like, well, it is. Well, but no, it's is that manipulation? Huh? But it's a container for all of us to co-create in. Because I know what I know. I want more. I want to know what you know. I want a space that is so big that it can bring in all of what we know and we can play together. That's what I want to play in. I want to play too, not just to have you guys expand. I want to expand too. I want all of us to expand. When you're doing this kind of work that I seem to do, whether I try or not, is it brings people more into their potency. So what comes up are the things that have been traditionally in the way of your potency. So so a lot of that is demons, creatures, entities, stuff like that. So I wanted to, before I leave everybody kind of hanging in that stuff, I want to actually go through and do clearings on that. So demon energy, so allow yourself to perceive all the demon energy in your body. And demons, we don't get too tangled up in what that is or what that means. They're just these beings who we have, for whatever reason, taken into our body they usually assist us in holding a heavier energy. We didn't know we were working towards that, but at one point we probably were. And so for whatever reason and whatever way we did it, we either voluntarily brought them in or they were installed into our system. So allow yourself to perceive all the demons that have been brought in or installed in your system that are currently up, or any of them that you just are deciding that you want to let go of. And I want to take you through the way that I clear, and part of it is an access consciousness way, and I've kind of taken it into a slightly different perspective. So what you want to do first is all the agreements that you have with these beings. So everything that you said you would do for these beings and everything these beings said they would do for you, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, announce, destroy and create, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. You can do vaporize. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vaporize.
Vaporize.
Yeah. I still like vaporize. So now what we want to do is to take the we're going to run the statement that's actually going to do the clearing, and it's return, and I'll say it on your behalf. So just kind of allow yourself to intend to let go and just see what happens here. return from whence you came, never to exist again, to these beings, these bodies, these realities, these dimensions, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, the beyonds. Return from whence you came, never to exist again, to these bodies, these beings, these dimensions, these realities, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, the beyonds. Return from whence you came, never to exist again, to these bodies, these beings, these realities, these dimensions, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, the beyond. And the way I do it when I'm doing it on myself is return from whence you came, never to exist again, to my bodies, my being, my dimensions, my realities, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, huxes, shorts, boys, and nights, beyonds. But sometimes I'll like just play with the words, don't get too attached to them. Like sometimes it's all these bodies, all these beings, like whatever. Like there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on. So just run with whatever comes up for you. So return from whence you came, never to exist again, to these beings, these bodies, these realities, these dimensions, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, shorts, boys, and nights, beyond. So could you feel that shift?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So like there's a lot of energies moving right now. So I'm going to say all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and energy fog that's kind of collected around all of this stuff, and that makes it kind of, can we just destroy and create all that and vaporize it?
Yes.
Send, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, make, null, and void. Vaporize, times a godzillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, the beyonds. Let all that go. Yeah. There we go. Yep, let all that go. Let all that go. Let all that go. Cool. Wow. And for those of you who have not worked with me before, there's a topic that I bring in, and it's what I call creatures. And these aren't, in my reality, they aren't necessarily these snarly beings that are nasty with big long teeth and they're creatures are more, in my reality, they're beings who you've, in a lot of cases, brought in to counterbalance things that are going on in your reality. So you've got some weirdness over here and you need a counterbalancing energy. And so you bring in these beings that I happen to call creatures just generically, that what they do is they just hold energy for you. They're good energy holders. And the paradigm that I view them from is like they're beings from another reality who are here on vacation. And they're just here to witness and participate in your reality. They're here to support you by holding a specific energy that you've asked them to do. So the first step in releasing them is to clear the agreements you have. Well, actually, the first step is to perceive. So allow yourself to perceive all of the creatures, and don't get too hung up. So all the viewpoints that you have on what a creature is and what the creature means and how it's nasty and scary or whatever. Can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, beyonds. And so allow yourself to perceive all of the creatures that you have employed that are in and around your body and your energetic fields. And I generally perceive them as energetic more than physical. But I don't limit myself to anything. I just perceive whatever you come up with. And expand out and perceive more creatures. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of the ones that you're now ready to let go of. Wow. And I kind of did it in a different order. So let's do it in this order. And so everything you said you would do for these beings and everything these beings said they would do for you, truth, can we just try and create all those agreements?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make, null, void is a sovereign being, free will, universe, times a godzillion. Whew. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, shorts, buzzes, nights, beyonds. Now, some of them leave on their own. Some of them, as soon as those agreements break, you can feel some energy shifting. And others require transport. And so I play this really cool little game, and I did it at first, and it was just a fun thing that Rosie and I played with, but it did stuff, and I'm like, well, that's really cool. So I'm going to play that fun little game with you. And you don't necessarily have to do all this detail work about it, but just kind of experience this process and see how this works for you. So, allow yourself to perceive all the beings that require transport, and call in transport. So I call in transport for all these beings, and I'll just do it for you, but just kind of watch how this feels. And docking, and it's these I kind of imagine, or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. These energies, these transports docking to your energetic field, and doors opening. And all creatures, please load in. Take everything you came here with and take everything you created while you're here and load in. And loading, loading, loading. Take all your seeds, all your eggs, all your offspring, everything that you came with. Loading, loading, everything in. Doors closing in 5, 4, 3. Doors closing, everything in 2, 1. And now tell these beings, thank you, you may go.
Thank you. You may go.
And good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshats, pleasant, nice, beyonds. And transports, please take these beings back to their homeworlds. And your job here is just to let go. If you may feel some kind of weird energies here. There you go. Just let these beings go. So everywhere you're attached to them, can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshats, shorts, boys, nights, beyonds. Ooh, there you go. And there's one more step. And the last step is these beings often required some kind of like, I see it as kind of like a life support system. So sometimes it's like some kind of containment. Sometimes it's like a whole community of beings that you can have. You have a little city of these little creatures living in you. Isn't it cute? So there's like all these structures that are required in order to house these beings. Or sometimes you bring beings in your body and then you'll create a separation or divider so that you're not drawn, they don't grab your attention. So allow yourself to perceive all the structures and constructs that were related to these creatures being in your body across all time, space, dimensions, realities, bodies, domains, parallels. Wow. And everything that all of that is, truth, can we just destroy and create and vaporize all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, make null void. Is a sovereign being, free will, universe, times the godzillion. Make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, beyonds. And ready, 1, 2, 3, vaporize. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. And I like down behind my back. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. And then once down on the floor, left and right of me. 1, 2, 3, vaporize. And then the last step for me always is, and all the shit, you stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and energy fog that's collected around any and all of this stuff. Can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
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 Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, make null void, and vaporize. Ready? 1, 2, 3, vaporize. Vaporize. One more. Vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, poison, nice, beyonds, and let all that go. Cool. And what do you notice?
Space.
Yeah. 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 What else? Anybody else?
Quiet.
Yeah,
It's more quiet.
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's like it's quieter. Wait a minute. Why is it quieter? But it's amazing how much the stuff in your system generates noise. Even if it's just a vibration that's not yours. So like, what if any vibration that's not yours generates a noise in your system? Any frequency that is something you're holding on to that isn't your frequency generates a little disturbance in your frequency. And so it generates noise in your system. So the more we do this stuff, everything just gets quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter. More space, more peace, more ease. And how cool is all that? Woohoo! Woohoo! So any questions about this?
There's less pressure on my back. Does that have anything to do with that, Jason?
I don't know. Does it have anything to do with that?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. 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 Physics, there's a variety of things going on there, but it's like we have these stuff stored all kinds of interesting places. So cool.
Jen, we've done demons and creatures. Is there no requirement to do entities?
It didn't actually show up. But thank you for saying that. So, well, let's play with it. So, allow yourself to perceive all of the entities in and around your body, in and around your house, in and around your property, in and around your neighborhood. And I'll show you how I normally do this. And I put portal clearing kind of in the middle of this just to be efficient. Everything that you said you would do for these beings and everything these beings said they would do for you, can we just try and create all those agreements?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, was nice, beyond. Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that. Thank you. So,
Okay.
so I'm now going to address those beings. So truth,
Oh.
what was your job? Truth, what was your job before that? And your job before that? And your job before that? And truth, your job before that? Truth, your job before that? Truth, all your jobs before that? Truth, what will your job be in the future? Truth, what will all of your jobs be in all of your futures? Portals close, shut, shut, shut. Truth, who are you? Truth, who were you before that? 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 Truth, who were you in all your lifetimes before that? Truth, who will you be in the future? Truth, who will you be in all of your futures after that? Truth, what are you? Truth, what were you before that? Truth, what were you before that? Truth, what were you before that? Truth, what were you in all your existences before that? Truth, what will you be in your future? Truth, what will you be in all of your futures after that? Grab all your baggage, magnetic imprinting, and head off to your next experience. Please go now. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, shorts, boys, all nines, beyonds, and let all those beings go.
Oh.
Hi there. And all of the, after you clear those, all of the chemical, electrical, magnetic imprinting that you've picked up from other beings that you are storing in your body, can we now destroy and create your attachment to all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim,
Yes,
renounce,
please.
announce, destroy and create, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, but not beyond, let all that go. So the chemical, electrical, magnetic imprinting, I kind of see that as like personality files, personality information, characteristic stuff that will collect for some reason. I don't know why. What else is possible? Yeah. And so all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of this stuff, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
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 Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make, null, void. The sovereign being, free will, universe, times a godzillion, make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, but not beyond, let all that go.
Oh.
There you go. Wow. And how was that?
Or space.
Bravo.
Nice. As they say in Australia, nice. I always love that. I love that about being in Australia. Nice. I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. So nice. So thank you for attending program number 2. I want to let you know that if this brought up stuff for you and you need support, please email me. There's a link down below, or any of the emails I've ever sent, you just hit reply to. And I'll be happy to support you in any way that I can figure out how to make that happen. And also stay tuned in 5 more days for part 3, where I bring all of these pieces together and take you to a whole other level on top of that. We're just starting. We're just starting. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this amazing shift of consciousness, an amazing jump in awareness. And I look forward to seeing you in our next program.